Hi everybody, my name is Tristan from the YouTube channel Top Pops, and we are here in Toronto for Pop Around the World Canada Episode 2! And of course we're going to be checking out the city by going up the actual CN Tower, going to the Royal Ontario Museum, trying some poutine, and then later going over to a local collector, Rys, to see what he's got in his collection. But now we can't just stay here forever, so let's go up the CN Tower and see what it looks like from way up there!
The CN Tower is a 1,815-foot concrete communications and observation tower in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, built in 1975. Its name, CN, referred to Canadian National, the railway company that built the tower. Guests can take a high-speed elevator ride up to the main observation level, which is host to floor-to-ceiling window walls and a two-tiered glass floor. The elevator starts at the main observation level and takes you an additional 33 stories up, which will make even the city's tallest skyscraper seem remarkably miniature. It was the tallest freestanding tower in the world until 2009, when it was surpassed by Dubai's Burj Khalifa. Today, the CN Tower is the center of communications for Toronto, serving more than 17 Canadian television and FM radio stations. It welcomes more than 2 million visitors each year.
And just like that, everybody, we made it to the Royal Ontario Museum. Here in the heart of Toronto, it is a museum of art, world culture, and natural history. It is also one of the largest museums in North America and the largest in Canada, with over 1 million people visiting every year. So what are we waiting for? Let's go in! Oof, scary. All right, we were at the museum for a while, so now I think it's time to go get our food for the day, poutine. And we're gonna be doing it over here at Smokes Poutineery, a really great local place. And by local, I mean local to Canada. And anyways, they also have the plaid on the sign, super Canadian, so let's go inside and try some.
Now, everybody, that we're finished up with our poutine, let's go check out our local collector, Rys, to see what he's up to.
And just like that, everybody, we have made it to Rys Collection. And now, Rys, I've got to ask you something right away. What made you want to turn a couple figures into an entire thing like this?
Well, really, it was just the fact that I saw so many different figures. Like, I wasn't really familiar with Funko when I first started collecting, but then once I started getting my first few figures, I realized how big they were. Like, there were so many different figures I could buy. So I was really intrigued by that, and I decided to start going out and looking for more and more figures, and eventually over time I started finding different collections that I liked, and that's why I kind of stuck to collecting.
What is the pop that started off your collection?
The pop that started my collection actually would have to be right up here.
Oh.
It's this Pac-Man Funko Pop right here. So a few years back, not even a few years back, 2016, a long time ago now. Jeez. It feels weird saying that. But in 2016, I picked up this pop right here from the Canadian National Exhibit, the CNE in Toronto. They have that every summer. A really awesome time there, but I actually saw this pop there and decided to pick it up. No real reason. I'm not that big of a fan of Pac-Man. I just thought it looked cool. It's such a cool figure, so that's why I decided to pick it up, and from there the rest is history.
It's kind of funny because you added that to your collection way in the beginning. I recently got mine like maybe a year or two ago because you had that one. I wanted to pick it up.
Oh really? I didn't even know that. That's funny.
No, because you have so many Funko Pops, do you have any fun stories to go along with any of them?
Actually, yes, I do. I have it right here.
Oh!
This is the signed Dude Love by Mick Foley right here. And the cool story that I had about this one is that you actually went to go meet Mick Foley himself, and you got this pop signed, and you knew how much I love WWE.
Yes.
So you actually sent this to me. And once again, Tristan, thank you so much for this, because this is an awesome piece. I love this a ton.
No problem. Glad you could have it in your collection. And now I personally know, but I'm kind of curious for anybody else. What is the main line that you collect with Funko Pops?
So the main line that I collect with Funko Pops is definitely animation, but specifically, if we're talking specifics here, it has to be Rick and Morty. I actually own every single Rick and Morty Funko Pop that has been released by Funko. It took me a long time to complete the line. There's a lot of pops in it, and yeah, I love the Rick and Morty Pops a ton, but overall, definitely animation. Have a lot of anime pops in my collection.
And now we've talked about your first one as well as your favorite one, but do you have any that's like maybe your most prized pop out of all of them?
My most prized pop, so it depends on like what you think. It could be limited, exclusive, sentimental value, but my most prized pop would probably have to be this Kobe pop right here, if I can get it out.
Ooh.
This Kobe pop right here would have to be my most prized pop in my collection. It's super limited and it's hard to find. It's something that most collectors really do want to have in their collection. And when I got this, I really wasn't familiar with the pop at all. I actually got it from a mystery box alongside you.
Oh yeah, we both got one actually.
At Fan Expo Canada?
I believe so.
Yeah,
yes.
Fan Expo Canada. We both got this pop out of a mystery box, and yeah, it's such a cool piece. I'm super happy to have this in my collection.
All right, Ryan, well, thank you so much for the tour of your collection, and I hope that you keep collecting in the future.
Of course.
Because, yeah, this is really some amazing stuff, and I can't wait to see what else you pick up in the future.
Thank you so much for having me on here, Tristan. It really means a lot.
And there we go, everybody. That was our trip around Toronto, Ontario. But anyways, that is everything for Pop Around the World Canada Episode 2, and I'll see you next time.
Pop Around the World.